So it's early 2026. Season 2 is finally here. And what is it, over 35 million copies of the manga are out there now.
Something like that. It's huge.
We're definitely looking at a true cultural phenomenon today. We're talking Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, or Sushno Frieren.
It really feels like the defining fantasy story of the decade. But what's so wild about it, and all our sources point to this, is that it kind of breaks the biggest rule of fantasy.
Right, the credits are supposed to roll after you kill the final boss.
But here, killing the Demon King is literally just the prologue.
And that's our mission for this deep dive. How has a story about the aftermath, which should be the boring part, hooked millions of people?
Right.
So let's start with a quick overview. The big bad is gone. What are we actually watching?
We're watching the victory lap, basically. The hero party, that's Himmel, Heider, Eisen, and Frieren, they come back to the capital.
After a 10-year quest, right?
10 years saving the world. There's confetti, they watch a meteor shower, and then they just kind of break up the band. They part ways.
And this is where the show introduces its main theme, this whole idea about the perception of time.
Exactly. For the human hero, Himmel, 10 years is a huge part of his life. It's a lifetime of memories.
Of course.
But Frieren, she's an elf mage. She's lived for over 1,000 years. So that epic quest for her was like a long weekend.
She actually says it, doesn't she? Not even 1% of my life.
Yeah. So she just wanders off to collect new spells and says something like, "See you in 50 years.
Which is nothing to her. But for her friends, that's the rest of their lives.
And when she comes back, Himmel is an old man. He's on his deathbed.
And that's the real start of the story, the catalyst.
It is. Himmel passes away, and Frieren just breaks down at his funeral. She has this moment of realizing that because her timescale is so different, she never really tried to know him.
That regret is what powers the whole plot, isn't it? It's not a quest for glory anymore.
No, it's a quest for understanding. She decides to retrace their original journey, heading for a place called Oriole, where souls are said to rest.
To speak with Himmel one last time.
One last time. And she picks up a new party along the way, Fern and Stark. But the goal is completely different now. And that brings us to the core appeal of the show.
The post-RPG slice of life thing?
Exactly that. It's not about saving the world anymore. It's about looking at the footprints you left behind.
And Frieren herself, she's this legendary mage, Frieren the Slayer, but she spends most of her time collecting these completely mundane spells.
That's the genius of it. The magic system reinforces the whole theme. In most fantasy, you want the spell that can, destroy a city.
Right.
Frieren wants the spell that makes a field of flowers or cleans tough oil stains from clothes.
It makes you slow down and appreciate the small moments, not just the epic battles.
It's the perfect counter to the melancholy of her long life. But, it's not all sad. The show is genuinely funny.
Oh, it's hilarious. Frieren is a legend, but she's also kind of a mess.
A total disaster. She oversleeps constantly. She's so socially awkward. And she has this weird addiction to treasure chests.
The mimics.
The mimics. She has a spell that's 99% accurate at telling her if a chest is a trap.
And she always falls for the 1% chance it's a real grimoire.
Watching this ancient, powerful mage get her head chomped on by a monster box it keeps the whole thing grounded.
And there's another concept the analyses bring up a lot, the Himmel theory.
Ah, yeah, that's vital. Himmel dies in the first episode, but you could argue he's still the main character.
How so?
Well, whenever the new party faces a dilemma, someone always asks, what would Himmel do? His kindness, his heroism, it continues to shape the world long after he's gone. It shows how even a short human life can leave these massive ripples.
That's a beautiful way to think about legacy. Now, we should also briefly mention the production.
Oh, for sure. Madhouse did the animation, and the music is by Evan Call.
And it just looks and sounds incredible.
It elevates everything. Evan Call's score has this nostalgic, almost folk-like quality. It sounds like a memory.
Which is probably why it's won so many awards, the manga taishu, top of my analyst.
Yeah.
It's cozy, but it also asks these really deep questions about grief.
It's a perfect blend.
It really hammers home that central idea. The adventure isn't about the final boss. It's about the people you shared the journey with.
And that memories are how you keep those people with you.
So here's a thought to leave you with.
Yeah.
If you live for 1,000 years, would you find it harder to connect with people who only live for 80?
Or would you try even harder because you know just how precious and fleeting that time really is?
That's the question. Thanks for listening to this deep dive. We'll catch you on the next one.